It's Karen. We're doing the wrap up here. We're going to do the last round of the candidates, round 14, which finished about 49 hours ago. I didn't stream last night because I'm old and tired. And now I'm young and not tired. What? Oh, okay. So Karen's fascinated by the games. Look at her. You can tell. The only thing she cares about are the games. Right, sweetie?
Sorry. I was reading a text from one of Holden's teachers.
Mm-hmm. I changed the board because I thought that looked cool. So, I don't know. Frankly, delicious. I always have to change everything, but not anymore. No more Title Tuesday, although they might ask me to do it again. And no more candidates because it's over. And there was something else I did too. So I kept changing all the scenes. Game of the day. That's the candidates though. Mm-hmm. So I had to do a lot of work except for one thing. Karen did it, right? But I almost ran out of Perrier because I drank so much Perrier while she was working. So it's good we don't have to do that anymore. Save some Perrier. Hey, Spencer.
Hey, Spencer.
He's got his 2 cats.
Aw.
That's Apricot and that's Esper. Esper has a lot of R's. Esper. Yeah. Okay. Now, Karen and I are on vacation tomorrow, so I'm not streaming tomorrow. Then Friday, we're not on vacation. So Friday will be the Blitz tournament here at the Chess Center. And then when that's over, I'll stream. Normally, I was streaming 7:30 or 8, but it's going to be later because I'm going to help direct the tournament. So it'll be like 8:30 if you're lucky, which you won't be. So there's going to be a 48-hour hiatus from the stream because we have to go make investments, as my dad used to say. Casper VLD subscribed. Hooray! I just did a video on Jan Nepomniachtchi, some of his better games. He had some good games, man, and so forth. Karen and I just got all of everything done for the World Open and Chicago Open, hotel, plane tickets, entry fees, massages, everything. And if you go to those tournaments, we'll see you there. Make sure you bring an envelope full of cash, non-consecutive bills.
Yeah, I didn't know we were matching. That was an accident.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, she got dressed and I got dressed later because I was sitting around the house sleeping. Then, But I didn't know what she was wearing because I saw it and a minute later I forgot. So.
Yeah, all the time he says, "Oh, is that a new shirt?" Like, no, I've worn it 10 times.
But I didn't say that.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, sometimes it is. How much does it cost to attend? A lot. If you're watching, there's no entry fee, so that's good. If you want to pay an entry fee and you ask how much it is, that means you can't afford it. Yeah, it's like $300 to play in those tournaments per person, except for me. And airfare's a lot, and hotels a lot. The massages are pretty expensive too. Terrible. Can you get a sub? Yes. Somebody give Hot Tot 3 a sub. Do as I say. Thanks, Notorious Chaz, for the 5 sub-a-doos. We're getting close to a train. One more. Casper VLD subscribed. We need one more thing to happen. The thing. You guys like this board? Have I used it before? Probably. Looks familiar.
Hey, VZDJ88.
I bought Karen a new clock, which actually looks like this board for those big tournaments we're going to.
I love my clock.
Yeah, it's like the red DGT. And it's the same feature as the expensive one, the one that does, all the stuff. But this one is a wood finish. It's not wood, but it looks like wood.
And let me just add
sort of like this
to praise the clock more. So this model of the DGT is the one that they use at the Sinkfield Cup, the red ones where you plug it. Actually, does this have a DGT port?
This is the same as the red clock.
Yeah.
It just is wood.
Those
so
are
if it does,
my point is this is the clock preferred by the St. Louis Chess Club.
P. Buena01 gave 100 cents to do starting the train.
Love my clock.
Well, she already unboxed it. It's at home. So.
And it was funny because I was just about to order my own clock.
Wait, did Grandmaster Gus raid me? Because he said he was going to raid me, and he's here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see the raid, but probably he did.
I got the surprise clock today.
Yeah. What made you want to commit to chess and become a grandmaster? I committed to chess when I was like 6. So. No, you actually can't win by playing F3. It's a new FIDE rule. Yeah.
I'm gonna drink my beer.
He's raiding with a party of one. Hooray! What's Karen talk about her Glock for? We want her to talk about. Combobulus Michael, you should be happy somebody's talking about a Glock. Come on. You know who Combobulus Michael is?
Isn't he from South Park?
No.
I forgot where he's from.
Rick and Morty. And what does he do for a
he's
living?
the one that kills people.
All he does is kill people. Who killed him?
Well, you asked me this before.
He was killed.
Morty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Morty landed the ship on
Finally,
him.
I remember.
JAA928 subscribed. Yeah.
Yeah, Ben was good with that.
I just love killing. Yeah, he was a good character. He was good at it too until Morty killed him. Yeah. How can we have 76 people watching instead of like 500? Is it wrong? Let me to exclaim stats. There's no way we have 76. We don't have that much spirit. You know, look at the new 54. Look at the new font. That's crazy.
Oh, I like that attack.
It says it's been 420 since anyone subbed. That's
4
what it says.
days. 4 days.
420.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that's right because people have been subbing in the last 10 minutes. So, yeah. Exactly. All right, we got 54 viewers, except I don't believe that. Come on, where's all the bots? There we go. There's all the bots. Now we're talking. Shanghai Czech subscribed. Good. That's right. Don't play F3. Matthew Eskelin. Good reason, Shanghai Czech. Matthew Eskelin subscribed. Hello. Grandmaster Gus gifted a sub again. Okay, I'll start the games after all the sub things happen because I want to get to level 5. Because, you know, why not? All right, we have 359 viewers. 9. Look at David Packman, 666.
That's funny.
Frankly ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's possible I could drop by karaoke for one song.
So tonight I'm doing laundry. I'm actually doing laundry right now. So tonight I'm going to fold. Then we'll go to the casino, and then I'll fold some more. Gray Marmalade, 500 centitudes.
Yeah, we haven't been in a while. I've been working really hard.
Notorious Chaz gifted 5 more subs. He's the best person who ever lived until somebody gives 6. We should be on tier 5 by now, or level 5 or something. Something. What is my poker style? I used to play super tight, and then I played super loose, and now I play super bad. So that's my style. I'm just there to watch Karen play. So tomorrow I'm going to play super tight. So I'll fold every hand, and I'll still win most of the pots, which is weird. Eric is a real person, gifted 5 subs. He is.
Yeah, I'll have to read some more of the Phil Gordon book.
Yay, 400 viewers a do. We just go for fun. We try to eat it, you know, at Ruth's Chris because I'm a vegan. Couldn't make a reservation. They were booked. I couldn't believe it. Eric is a real person subscribed. Bros and Bruce subscribed. What about Bros and Hose? Why didn't they subscribe? Terrible. Sue Omiko subscribed. We get free hotel all over the world at anything that's owned by Caesars or whatever. So it's fun to go do stuff because the hotel's free and it's nice. Artie Farty Pants is gifting a sub. It's not because we play a lot of poker. I play blackjack. It's because I'm a grandmaster. Yeah, I think about 40%. Yeah. Okay, for $1 trillion.
Yeah.
And this one you're not going to get. And nobody in the chat's going to get it. In what movie does one guy say there, how you doing? And he says 75%.
Was it one of your typical movies?
No. I mean, there's 400 people here. I don't think anybody's going to get it.
Groundhog Day.
No. I don't think anybody's going to get it. Man, if somebody gets it, you're getting a sub. I don't care if you are a sub. I'm still giving you one. P Buena 01.
Yeah, we should do a poker stream.
Ma.
Thank you, Frodwith. I thought it was.
Yeah, you are live. Yeah, you can't get it because you haven't memorized every movie ever made. And you can't find out on Google. So.
Yeah, we should do a poker stream.
Suomiko is gifting a sub. Yeah. Yeah, and when I tell you what happens, you'll be like, oh yeah. Okay, so the movie, since you'll never guess it, is Saturday Night Fever. And here's what happened. John Travolta walks into the dance studio, and the guy who works there, he keeps tabs on how many women he scores with who come into the dance studio. So it was 75%. And then John Travolta thought that was okay, but then John Travolta, his dance partner, who he's trying to date, later in the movie, she was dancing with him in practice before he showed up. He didn't like that because the guy's 75%. So, yeah, so he didn't like, he's mad. He was yelling at the guy. And then she says, we were just dancing and crying. And he's like, all right. Yeah. 54 centiges. Thanks, Kiff. All right. On Futurama, who does Kiff date of the main characters?
I don't know.
Ugh.
I'm lucky to even name one. What's the one with the one eye?
No, not Leela. Amy Wang of the Wang family. The Wang family owns half of what planet?
I don't know.
Mars. Yeah.
Guess I should have just guessed one.
Obviously, I've seen BoJack Horseman. Yeah. So somebody said, "Are you Wang of the Wang family?" When she was, and she said, "They're not so wealthy." What sorority did you go to? She goes, Kappa Kappa Wang. Pluto, because it's not a planet. Which character on Rick and Morty insisted Pluto was a planet?
Morty?
Jerry,
Jerry.
the father. And then after he insisted it a couple of years later, they were discussing whether it was a planet again in real life.
I was real worried when they made the ruling about Pluto not being a planet anymore. I think it might be a dwarf planet or some other
You were worried?
category. I was worried because Holden was so obsessed with the planets and he had so many meltdowns in his life that he was going to flip out about it. But then
Somebody rated me. Why so serious
that.
Rated with a party of 62? Why so serious?
Yay, why so
Hooray.
serious?
I would challenge him to a game of tennis for $1 million. I would, but he's too serious. I can't do it.
He looks pretty good.
He's not as bad as he plays. 30 subs, 654 bits. Yeah. Pluto is a planet, 3 exclams. We're not going to discuss that here because it's too complicated. Watch Rick and Morty to know if Pluto's a planet.
Holden didn't get upset though.
Yeah. Banned. Hooray.
Why so serious? Is
Go
it
Mark
in a pink
Esserman.
zone?
Yeah. I heard that I could have the wrong person. Evan Jew is good at tennis. Is it Evan Jew or I'm just making that up? I think it is. This is not a joke. I think he's like a 5.5. But maybe I made that up. I'm pretty sure it's him. Yeah. Then there are lesser players like Josh Friedel, Ray Robson, Mike Klein. Who's the USCF guy? He's like he lives here, I think.
Hater?
No, he lives here. No, he works for
Dan. Dan.
Yeah.
Is Dan.
Yeah.
What's his last name?
Whatever his name is, he's good at tennis
Dan.
also.
He's like the head guy.
No, J-U,
US
not
chess.
J-O-O.
Dan, what's his name? He's the head guy.
Thanks,
I
LV20SWD.
can't remember his
Those
name.
are the best tennis players I know who or chess players, but they're not as good as Mark,
That's
obviously.
terrible.
But other than Mark, those guys are pretty good.
Somebody's got to know. I'll have to look it up.
The people I just named.
Oh, Dan.
Dan. It's not Dan. That's all we can think of.
Good. Yeah, maybe wrong. He's a local guy.
Right.
I was right.
Dan Lucas.
Lucas. I was right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Am I good at tennis? If you took all the 51-year-old people in the world who weigh more than 250, I'm top 1%.
We still need to have our tennis match.
Yep.
I believe
We've played tennis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're similar.
Mm-hmm.
What's your view?
Dan Blitzerian is a poker
That means
player.
he thinks he's
Yeah, we're
better.
similar. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dan Blitzerian's is a poker player.
I can run quicker. Let me just say that. Oh, I can.
No, absolutely not. Not on a tennis court. You can. You can if we're running like more than 30 yards. But on a tennis court, it's like 5 yards.
I know, but you have to be able to run back and forth.
I can run back
All
and
right.
forth. Yeah. You remember when I ran up the stairs at the Nationals and you were like, damn. You do remember that, right?
Yeah, and then you had to take a 5-hour nap.
No, that's not what happened. It was a 4.5 hour nap. Damn, you always win at tennis when you're good. Trophy, bad, love. Ridiculous. All right. I played intramural tennis at Wayne State University. I've told this story a million times, but you guys weren't listening then either. And I won the first match, and the guy said, I'm better than you, and I would have beaten you, but my car was stolen last week, and my tennis racket was in it. He was very upset that his tennis racket was gone, not his car. Then the next guy I played was like 1,400 on ICC. He was a chess player. I didn't do well against him. Yeah, he beat me worse than anybody's beaten anybody at anything ever. Yeah, that wasn't competitive. Terrible.
Hey, Paul, drink water.
Yeah. The cars are insured. Yeah. Yeah, he was so mad that I think they changed their name, Apex Cuddler. I don't think they're the Tartars anymore. Or they became the Tartars. They changed their name in the last 20 years. Wayne State. So you remember in speaking of like tennis rackets are more important than cars. Remember in the movie Blues Brothers? And he gets out of jail and John Belushi's like, what is this piece of junk? Where's the Cadillac? Where's the caddy? Because it was some crappy car. And he says, I sold it. You sold the Cadillac? For what? He says, a microphone. He goes, oh, okay. That was okay.
I vaguely remember that.
Vaguely. Yeah, I traded it for a microphone.
Maybe because you told the story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They did The Warriors.
I
Yeah.
saw that when I was in 8th grade. In the theater.
Well, you guys could do after recap. We can't tell you because this is a G-rated, we can't talk about that. Okay, let's, do stuff. So the first game we're going to look at is the longest game of the round. And I must say, I was the most incorrect I've ever been. That's saying something. After the penultimate round, round 13, I said, well, round 14 is going to have some quick draws. It had no quick draws. They fought, which I was shocked. Okay, although Wang didn't fight too much. Okay, so Fabiano's white, and they played the Sicilian. Knight c3, threatening e5. Okay, queen d3 is a suspicious move. The most common move is knight here, and knight takes is the second most common move. And there's 100 billion moves of theory in each. So Fabi thinks, I know this move, Grischuk doesn't, so hooray for Fabi. He refers to himself as Fabi, which is weird. Okay, everybody who asks for a sub, get a sub. Okay, queen d3 is, that's no good. All right, he played the aggressive d5. Then he played knight b4, forking. Not necessary at all, but fun to do. You can just take back on d5. Yeah. So I don't like where this queen is because it's exposed. I think the engine hates this move. Yeah. That's not good. I like queen g3, put some pressure here. Yeah. And Notorious Chaz gifted us good. Okay. Now, some of you have to stop watching now because your delicate temperament can't take what's going to happen now. Okay? What happens is white's pawns are like this, son, and you guys are like, Every stream, I tell you double pawns don't matter. Then when you see double pawns, you run to your mommy crying. And she says double pawns don't matter. And you're like, what? Okay. White has the two bishops. White has all of his pieces out. White's castled. And the only reason white's not much better is he's got the bad pawn structure. And the engine says it's about equal. Because, white has the bad pawn structure. But super GMs don't care about that. They want to know who's better. They look at everything. You guys look at one thing because you only know one thing. Okay, it's like Fox News. Just one gun. Yeah. It wasn't Fox News, it was Fox. If you watch the Super Bowl episode of The Simpsons, you'll get that joke. Just one gun. Grandmaster Gus gifted a sub. Hooray! All right. Yeah, if you guys stopped worrying about pawn structure and worried more about piece activity, you might win a game. You won't, but you might. Could happen. Right? I mean, you could win the lottery every day. Could happen. Same as you probably winning a game. Okay, so rook c8, attacking the queen. The queen retreats, threatening the b pawn. So he saves the b pawn, he unpins, and he says, ha, I'm going to win that later. And Fabi said, no talking. And Grischuk said, but I'm a terrorist. The end. You don't get the terrorist joke, what they do. Well, some of them do. He gave a press conference like 2 days ago and said, I'm a terrorist. Grischuk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a terrorist. Yeah. You don't play the lottery, it's still more likely you'll win the lottery than win a check. Okay. So, okay. Now, black has a better pawn structure. Black's position looks perfectly cromulent, right? And then Karen's going to shock you. She's going to tell you who the engine says is better.
Well, it's not a lot better, but white.
Right. But look at that pawn structure. If Karen was white, she'd be furious.
Now I got better.
Wouldn't that be furious if you had that pawn structure?
Yeah, because I don't ever handle it the right way.
Right, and you would have black because it looks like a French. You'd be like, oh, great. Yeah.
Well.
Okay. So Fabi played a4, and the idea is you want to play rook f to b1 and a5 and penetrate. And if he takes this pawn, then it's sort of like Benko compensation. You got all these open files. The king is still in the center. The rook's no good. So he played a move I would never, ever, ever, ever consider, h6. And the engine said that was the best move. And I was like, what? What about all the stuff that's happening on the queen's side? And Grischuk wants to clarify the situation. And he ended up destroying the pawn structure. Everybody has bad pawns. C3 pawn still attacked. Now he's threatening a5 because he wants to take that. So he defends it. He attacks the rook. Take. Now he's attacking this pawn. Man, chess is hard. He defends it. Now, I know you think MVL has black because of all the retreating black has done, but it's Grischuk. Now, why is Grischuk playing so slowly? It's weird because he's Russian. Okay.
I didn't actually see your face because I'm looking this way, but I saw it over there.
Mm-hmm. Good. Okay, he defended his pawn.
Funny.
King e7. And the engine says white's a little bit better, but it's a draw. But a little bit better. The bishop's better than the knight. Queenside majority. Never play f3. He's trying to straighten out his pawn structure. But Grischuk said, no, I'm not undoubling your pawns. Ridiculous. So this wasn't an exciting game, but Fabi thought maybe he had something. I think it was a cold. C4 is explosive, except this is all zeros. Then C3. He wants to undouble his pawns. But that's not going to happen. Now he's got the juicy C5 square. There's only one thing better than the juicy C5 square.
I don't know.
Juicy Couture.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a store in the mall.
Oh.
It's terrible. It's like the worst store ever.
I don't go to malls.
Man,
much.
you know what's funny about mall stores? I'm serious. I'm serious. They're terrible. They're terrible. It's like terrible. I'm serious. Ask Karen. That's why she doesn't go. They're terrible.
I don't like malls.
Imagine if they were all good. Then you might like them.
I don't like to shop.
No, but if they were all good.
I still don't like to shop. I'm busy.
Dankel16 gifted a sub. Yeah. Auntie Anne's is a mall store and it's fine? No, it's not. That's terrible. Yeah. Okay. Back to whatever it is I was doing.
That might be a cookie store. Is Auntie Anne's, or maybe they have those pretzels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nothing's happening. Never play f6. Now in this game, white played f3 earlier and black played f6. So now you know it's going to be a draw. And when they got to the time control, which is now. Then when Fabi played f5, he thought he might have a little something, something, right? And the engine does say he's better, but not winning. Because it's very hard for white to do anything because his white squared bishop can't like attack the pawns. His king can't move up. This knight's here forever. This is totally blockaded. These are being traded. So it's going to be a draw. Unless, man, should I make that joke? Yes. Unless Wang Hao's black, then terrible. Yeah. Yeah, what happened was, after Wang Hao lost the last round, I was on Twitter. I had a Twitter rant. And I'm like, dude, you should retire. And he's like, okay. So, all right, e5.
Didn't Kasparov say he didn't belong in the tournament? Or
Yeah, but Kasparov's always... he's always talking shit. That's what he does. Yeah.
But maybe he was right.
No.
Oh.
He was like in the top 20 in the world and he's 30.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has some issues. He has health issues and Soviet Russia and, everybody Wang Hao tonight. Yeah. All right. And this game is like basically super boring. It's sort of like Rick James, except it's super boring. Okay, he didn't take on c3. And I'm trying to figure out why. I give up. Let's take on c3. Rook d6. I didn't think that was the refutation. And white's better? White's a little better. White's going to try to double up on the bubble up. But, this says it's also about equal. Also, he could take this, but then rook d7 check. Okay, that I understand. Resign says sign and subscribed. Hooray! All right, e4. So if you take it with the king, then rook takes e4 is check. You agree. And if he takes with a bishop, knight takes forks the rook and bishop. So that's a shocking move, right? And I showed this position to a music group, and they said, we're shocking blue. And I said, no, I'm using the wooden board. So they left. Bishop takes, knight takes. Double rook ending, 4 against 4. 3 against 3. 2 against 2. Okay, and they can't take with the rook on b6. Because then rook takes c5 check, and black wins. No, because the rook's hanging. So, yeah. Now, without this pawn, let's ask Karen. It's 50-50. Is white winning or it's a draw?
I don't know. So I'm gonna say winning.
Close. No, dead draw.
All right.
Double pawns is always a draw.
Yeah.
And these double pawns is more drawn. The side double pawns are terrible. Yeah.
Oh, the side.
But okay, he doesn't care if he has this. Yeah. He's gonna go back here and he's gonna go check, check, check. You know why he's going check, check, check? Do you know why? He has alligator blood. You can't get rid of him. Huh. Which is funny because he's Russian, so it's all a rich tapestry. I was referencing Rounders, which they all know in the chat.
I need to see that.
You never saw Rounders? Boo, boo. Let me tell you the best part of Rounders. Seriously. And when I say best, the part that makes the least sense, which is half the movie. You ready for this part? Okay. In the movie, Famke Janssen comes over to Matt Damon's apartment because he, Wormo's money and he's backing him. So he gives her money and she's like, thanks. And then she's like, I can stay. And he's like, no. Yeah. Terrible. Yeah.
That would never happen.
No. Yeah, he said, nah, get out of here. Yeah.
Yeah, I did forget about her too. Famke.
Yeah, Matt Damon's like, get out of here. I'm Matt Damon. That's what he should have said, like as a joke. And she'd be like, what?
Yeah.
Ed Norton was great. Yeah. Also, his girlfriend just left him. So I don't know. It seemed like, ridiculous is correct. Yeah. I don't know who wrote that part of Rounders. Let's see. Pay the man his money. That is correct.
What does that mean? Weird watching Ben not in 2
A lot of people
times
watch
speed.
it on YouTube afterwards and put it on faster speed.
Oh.
Yeah. The people can only watch like a 1 minute video. So if the videos are 5 minutes, they're like, oh God, I don't have that much attention span. Yeah. What did Norton's character say about the rake? You know what they say? Women are the rake. Who says that? I don't know. It's just a saying. What? Yeah. Yeah, Matt Damon didn't agree with that saying. When his girlfriend dumped him. She was in Boardwalk Empire. His girlfriend. Yeah, and she was in something else that you saw. I said, that's her. His girlfriend in the movie that, dumped him immediately. She didn't like his gangster's role.
Okay.
Like he claimed he quit playing poker. Then when he was taking his shower, she was fishing in his pants because, and then she found a huge roll of money. And then she left him because, you can't do that.
Because he had too much money.
Well, he was obviously playing poker. I mean, that's why. She didn't care if he won or lost. He's playing poker. She didn't like that. But one time he played poker, he lost a lot of money. And so, choking on his own rage. Gretchen Mall. Yeah.
She was the ultimate wet blanket.
Well, that's because women are the rake or something.
Yeah, I know who that is, Gretchen Mall.
He came home and there was nothing in his home. And then Ed Norton's like, don't you have more stuff than this? And he's like, she left you. Oh, terrible. All right. The Hikaru game. Hikaru didn't play in the candidates. He's focusing on Title Tuesday. Okay, then they agreed to a draw. It's all zeros. I've never been so mad. By the way, if this pawn wasn't here and it was black's move, white can't even do anything because his rook can't move. He loses the pawn. Doesn't matter. Okay, next we have Giri versus Alekseenko. Giri was probably not happy because of the tournament situation. He can't win anymore. And he played badly. Then he took a shot at Alekseenko. You ready for this shot? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, if you remember 4 or 5 days ago, Trying to Learn was like, Alekseenko's going to lose on purpose to Nepomniachtchi, Mother Russia, and Putin, and so forth, right? And then he got crushed, and the gawking rabble said, oh yeah, he lost on purpose. And every grandmaster I talked to is like, no, they don't do that anymore. They don't care about that. Alekseenko doesn't care about Mother Russia. He cares about beating people. In fact, Alekseenko, a couple rounds before that, beat Grischuk. And Grischuk had more points than him. Yeah, I mean, they're not going to cheat like that. They used to do that, 30, 40 years ago, but they're not doing that now. Can you imagine Grischuk losing on purpose because Russia told him to? No, he's a gangster. He would never do that. Yeah. Yeah, I know it was the quarterfinal, but that's not a funny joke. Title Tuesday's a funny joke. Learn comedy. Okay, so listen. Now this is a Catalan, and Giri's white. The game that Nepomniachtchi beat Alekseenko was also a Catalan. So yesterday, when they interviewed Giri, he said, yeah, when Alekseenko played the Catalan, he got totally crushed. But somehow, he played amazing against me. Sort of like half insinuating he lost on purpose, like getting that in there, Unbelievable, he played bad there, but he played great here. Yeah. Etc. All right. So, let's continue. Knight d2 is a little unusual. Okay. And this is very boring, so Giri likes it. Now, Giri can complain that Alekseenko played the Catalan better here than against Nepomniachtchi. However, this is a very passive, drawing, Giri kind of way of playing. White put no pressure on black. White did nothing. White let black do whatever he wanted, and now it's equal. I mean, Alekseenko didn't have to think like, oh no, there's some tactics. No, nothing happened. Giri played a very boring way. And, he probably just didn't care. He didn't care. He literally didn't care because he couldn't win the tournament anymore. No. Okay. So the game was boring, and eventually White got outplayed. Queen b1 makes sense because the rook is here. Okay. Black equalized easily because White did nothing. And this position is very symmetrical. Pawn structure is the same. This pawn isn't here, and the bishops are like this, But it's pretty symmetrical, so it's equal. Okay, then they start trading. Always trade because he's Giri. Okay, and these trades help black more than they help white because he's advanced his opponent's pieces, and now Giri's just trying to trade them. So now black is slightly better, very slightly. Okay, and he's gaining space, taking away this square from the knight. Always retreat. And obviously, these rooks are better than these rooks. This rook is shallow and pedantic. These knights are good. Bishop is good. Everything's good. Still, the engine says it's equal. Still. Can't play bishop here because of b4. So Giri's trading as much as he can. Now, I'm not a super grandmaster, and the engine doesn't agree with me, but I don't like that move. I really don't like that move. The engine says every move is completely equal. I don't like that move. I like my bishop. This bishop's better than this knight. So this move I think is just bad. Now this is better for black. And again, it doesn't matter how many times I say it. It doesn't matter. You guys are like, oh, but he's got double pawns. His king is open. White's going to get all of his pieces in here and mate him. That's right. White's going to get all of these pieces in here. No. Okay. What's important here? These pawns are weak. This queen is better than the white queen. And I got better rooks. My knight's better. You can't kick my knight away because you give away the c3 square. If you give away c3, then what are you?
Paired?
That's correct. Okay. And then he'll have to play r2d. Okay. So then king g7, defending everything. There's no infiltration squares. This f pawn's defended. Okay, knight f3 is not a good move. It gives away the e4 square. Now this seems like Giri was on a mission to trade all the pieces, because that's what he's been doing. He took an equal position and he's making it worse by trading everything, and black has excellent position and white's just playing for a draw. So knight here gives away the e4 square. It was hard though because the rook couldn't move because of the knight. Giri keeps trading and black just has a better position. Black has a better rook than this. Black's knight is better. Black has more space. And black's going to play b4 and get the c3 square. And white doesn't have any play over here. Now, again, it's a draw with best play, but it's better for black. Okay, he played b4 so that black couldn't play b4. Okay, and now black has these squares. The a pawn is permanently weak. And white doesn't have any prospects. White's just playing for a draw. So Giri's happy because he likes playing for a draw. Always retreat. See? Look at that. Now, Alekseenko plays for the win. He doesn't repeat. And then he plays for the win again. And he got his knight to c4, exactly where he wanted it. That was the problem with b4 is he gave away c4. Now, again, maybe this should be a draw. Maybe. But I think Magnus would beat everybody with black here. So black's just better. This is weak. I have this. This is pinned. It's a lot of advantages. Okay, so Giri decides to unpin. Good decision, because he wants to move his knight. And then after the game, Alekseenko said, I thought it was probably going to be a draw, but I liked my position. And then Giri played g4. And he's like, g4? And he's right. g4 is terrible. Karen, what square does g4 give away permanently? Recommended by Matt Larson.
What gives away f4?
Right. So if it was Bughouse, knight f4 wins. Right? And you can't go back here or back here and defend it. That's it. So this is a terrible move, but Giri's always thinking about trading. That's all he ever thinks about. Yeah. Okay? He should talk to Hikaru. Hikaru likes to trade on the stock market. Okay, queen c7. He wants to infiltrate everywhere. That's what she said. Yeah. And this is just terrible. He doesn't want to allow knight here and knight here. He doesn't want to allow the queen to come in. And white's position is just terrible. So he lashes out, and it looks like you can't take on g4 because queen here pins the knight. Okay? And when I showed this to John Travolta, I said, you look like John Travolta. And he said, yeah, looks like. That's from an old Simpsons episode. they were at a theme park and they went to like the 70s throwback. And Homer says that the bartender looks like John Travolta. And he said, yeah, looks like. Okay, so he said, give me that pawn. And then Spencer responded with, give me that jank. So that's... Spencer's old email was, give me that jank at something.com, whatever he was using. Yeah, give me that jank. Okay, so the problem with Queen G3, he didn't play Queen G3, I don't think. He did play Queen G3. Okay, F5. Now, this knight is not very defended. You see what I'm saying? So if white plays some shallow and pedantic move like that, because the knight's pinned, then I attack your knight. If you take my knight, I take your knight with check, and then this pawn's hanging and black's up 2 pawns. Well, how do you defend the knight? Nope, 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 nope. So the only move is here. There is no other move. That's it. And then black's just winning. Black's a pawn up. This is hanging. This is pinned, etc. +4. Okay, so Giri played king f1. That way, if the queen attacks the knight, he can protect his knight. So now he wants to play h3. Here, Alekseenko played a genius move. I really like this move. I would never play this move. Never. Never. I still wouldn't play it. Well, maybe I would now. h5. Watch this. If he plays h3 attacking the knight, right? Black has one move that wins. Let's see if you can find it. If you can't find it, we'll ask Ginger GM.
I see it. No, wait. I thought I saw 4 with the knight.
Well, the knight's pinned.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at queen takes f4 because I thought there was a 4. There's
Damn.
Not, but there's not.
Remember, when this is on a dark square and this is on a white square,
yeah.
There's no white forks.
That's true.
Or knight forks. White forks.
Okay, so there's one winning move.
The move you suggested, queen c1, is only equal. Equal. We have 911 viewers. Never forget. Yeah.
What about
so Karen and I have to go to
queen
Reno now because there's 911 viewers. Yeah?
Was maybe queen c1 check?
No, then after king e2, yeah, it's a draw, but it's
So I don't
black's
know.
not better. You put it in H because it's Simon Williams.
Yeah.
Okay, now, the queen is protecting the f pawn, except white has to move, and then the queen's not protecting the f pawn. So you can go here hanging the queen, here hanging the queen, here hanging the queen to protect the f pawn, or here, and then you walk into a fork. If you move the queen back or here, queen takes f4, Papa John's. Okay, so h5 was genius because he's threatening h4 winning, and that's what he played. Okay, he played king e2, queen b6. I think the engine likes king f8 better, but this is still winning. Then he plays h4 again.
Okay.
Plays queen c3 check. If he plays queen h4, the obvious move, then he gets beat here, here, and then every move wins, but this is +10. So I guess that's the right move. It's +10. Now it's +13. Man, the truth hurts. Now this is the best move. That's when you know you're in trouble. Yeah, if you run away, then it's the game God versus damn. You can't hang your knights. You have to go here. And then, the truth hurts. Yeah, you just lose everything. Okay, so he played queen c3 check, knight f6. Black's a pawn up, and white has a lot of weak pawns. So he tries to trade them, which is correct. Now, obviously, Giri's going to try to trade because, that's who he is. But you trade when you're worse, and if it's knight and pawn against knight, it's going to be a draw. But it's not going to happen. Okay. And black is close to winning here. Knight e4 check. Now we're threatening queen f2 with advantage. So he runs up the middle. Very suspicious. That's the worst move that's ever been played ever. The engine went from like +1.5 for black, +2, to +10 for black. Terrible. Okay, now, Giri thought they were playing King of the Hill. Now, if you play King of the Hill, this doesn't win, right? You have to go to e4. Does King d4 win in King of the Hill? Or just King e4? I don't know. I don't play King of the Hill.
I've never played it.
Yeah, it says Giri won King of the Hill. Man. D4 wins, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, maybe he thought he was playing King of the Hill. All right. F6, never play F6. The engine doesn't like F6. The engine says you check, okay? And it doesn't matter where the king goes. It doesn't matter. Then you play Queen B6. And that's not good. Now the engine says take this to lose because you don't want to get checkmated everywhere. Every move is checkmate, and every move is food. Every move is food, food, food. Every move is food to go. What movie? It's everything, not every move. But I changed the lyrics.
I don't know.
Food, everything is food. Let's see who gets it first.
Food?
Everything is food. Come on. The movie's only like 25 years old. Let's get going here.
25. That's a hint.
I'm guessing it's 25 years old. It might be older. Popeye is correct. Shanghai check. Very good. How old is Popeye? Who plays Popeye? Who's the star?
Robin Williams?
That's correct. And famous director. It'll shock you when I tell you. You won't even believe me. You'll tell me.
Spielberg?
No, you'll tell me I'm
I can't
lying.
remember.
No, you'll tell me I'm lying. And Robert Altman.
Oh, okay. That's unusual.
Yes. Tim Burton. Boo. Popeye was a genius movie. 30 years, 1980, 41 years ago.
Horrible movies.
No, that's a good movie. That was a good movie. 41 years ago was Popeye. Wow. I saw it when I was 10. No wonder I thought it was good.
I like
Yeah.
Robin Williams.
There's a really great actor in that movie nobody's heard of, including me. I can't think of his name. He was on, like, maybe Sesame Street, maybe. One of those kid shows where he's, like, really bendy. Yeah, he's great. He died, but he was a great actor. Shelley Duvall was good. Robin Williams was good. Martin Sheen. What? Yeah, Blade Runner was great. But the original, I didn't see the remake. I heard the remake's pretty good. Okay, so let's get back to what he did. Never play F6. He played F6, stopping, It still wins. Queen F1. Now, let me ask you a question, Karen. In this position, would you consider the move Queen F1? What? What is he, Wang Hao? What kind of move is that? That move, nonsensical move, hanging this, the king's getting mated. King D5. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. I mean, he's giving it away like a Georgia State co-ed. What's he doing? Nope. Bam! As first scene in the game, gotcha versus bitch. Okay, after this move, Karen, there's one mate and one. What is it? Black to play mate and one.
Let's see.
Only one move does it.
All right, let me make sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good job, Giri. Good square for your queen.
If I go queen. Yeah, that's it. Queen G7.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And then after here, there's only one move that's mate and one. What is it? Only one move.
All right, you gotta look around.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not fast. Oh yeah, it's still Queen G7.
Hangs that.
Oh.
And also here.
Um.
So there's two moves against that.
Okay.
Boo, boo. That move's totally winning, by the way. You win everything. But mate and one's better.
I forgot about the pawn. Maybe it's. No.
Yeah, Popeye was great.
No. Oh yeah. Oh no, that won't work. Oh yeah. F5.
That's right. Never play F6. He corrects it with mate. Okay, so this hangs mate and one. This hangs mate and one. This loses a queen, right? So Giri offered a... No, Giri resigned. Yeah, very bad game by Giri. Very bad.
That was so slow.
And it's sort of like Nepomniachtchi just... The tournament's over for them as far as who can play Magnus. So they just didn't care. They didn't care. Yeah. Now, because of that game, who came in clear second? Because Giri lost.
MVL?
Right. If he had come first place, he would have been MVP. But second, MVL. Yeah. Most valuable loser.
I didn't get
Damn.
to see any of it. I was so
Damn.
working so much.
Working. Okay. Then what did everybody do after this game?
Wang Chow? Or what?
Yeah, Wang Hao. Everybody. Now they played 1 billion moves of theory, and then Wang Hao lost immediately. And when the game ended, MVL's like, I know it. That's just winning for white. And Wang Hao said, yeah, I think it's equal, but I couldn't figure out how. But I remember it being equal. Then they looked at the engine and said equal. So Wang Hao knew the evaluation better than MVL, but MVL was super confident, and Wang Hao, like, can I lose now? You know, I'm trying to lose over here. Wang Hao claimed he wanted to withdraw after round 10. He just decided to finish the tournament and then quit chess. Okay, for $1 quadrillion.
Yeah.
So that's a lot more than $1 trillion. When Kasparov retired, he played his last round and he lost. Then he retired. Who did he lose to? And it was an end game. What kind of ending was it?
Oh, I'm not gonna know any of that. I mean, bishop and pawn.
Close. King and pawn end game.
Okay.
And who did he lose to?
Yeah, I don't know.
Was it a rook ending? I thought it was a pawn ending.
No idea.
Topalov. Shanghai check is correct.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he said, I retire. And then here's what happened. Eddie Murphy was watching the tournament because he likes chess. He goes to some chess tournaments. And when Kasparov said, I retire, they asked Eddie Murphy, what do you think? And he said, yeah, I think I will retire. Okay. Trading places. Thanks, Coleman. Thanks, man. All right. So they played 1 billion moves of theory in the Berlin. Watch this. This is a Berlin's Berlin, right? And it was not see good for black, right? And what's funny is Trump tried to make him, pay for this. And they said, sir, that's the Mexican wall, not the Berlin wall. And he's like, what? So, okay. So this is all the main line. Every game ever played went this way. Yeah. Not every game, but a lot of games. So black gave his 2 bishops back to ruin the pawn structure. Okay. Now MVL said, this is basically winning for white once I get my knight to d6. Thanks for the 200 centidues. Ich bin ein Mexikaner. Yeah, you're not a pastry? See, when he said Ich bin ein Berliner, that means he's a Berliner, which is it's like an eclair.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why it's funny.
Oh.
Okay, so
The
MVL's like, I'm winning here already. My knight's on d6. I'm the greatest. And Wang Hao said, I looked at this before and I think it was equal. And Wang Hao was right. Yeah, then he lost immediately. So knowing 100 moves of theory doesn't help. Yeah. Greetings from Berlin. Yeah. You are a jelly donut. That's right. Yeah, they made fun. Let me show you something. You watching? On Reddit, here's the joke. Okay, you ready? Okay. So, what's that called? The Botez Lopez. It's the Rui Lopez, but Botez variation. Yeah. Yeah. And then when she complained about it, they were like, gotcha, bitch. I couldn't believe they said that. All right. So let's go back to where we once belonged. Okay, so both players knew this position, but I think MVL had looked at it more recently. Wang Hao was trying to remember from 1 billion years ago. Okay, so King E6 is correct. The engine says this is equal. Rook D3, Rook D8, Rook E1. Engine still says it's equal. The point of Rook E1 is if knight takes, pawn takes is discovered check, and then we penetrate and infiltrate. A5 is okay. This is okay. This is okay. Still about equal. White's a little better. Okay. Now, King F3. Okay. Now, every move that Wang Hao played is either 1 question mark or 2 question marks the rest of the game. And he did this before. When he lost to Fabi, he was equal and he lost. When he lost to Nepomniachtchi, he was equal, then he lost. And here he just did it earlier. And you might be like, well, it's not that bad. Those guys are good. Wang Hao's good too. I mean, he just totally fell apart. And what's funny is, before the tournament, he was falling in love. And now he's only falling apart. Nothing he could do, so he retired. Now, you got to admit, it is time to retire. He's 31. So, I mean, you got to admit. Yeah. Yeah, every move he played was the worst move I've ever seen ever. This position's very slightly better for white. Okay? It's better to be white. And the engine says, after thinking forever, like 0.2, 0.1. Knight g7. Yeah, the knight on f5 is too good. Let's put it on the bad square. Then he doubled up on the bubble up. And he said, that square's pretty bad. Let's go even. Now, he was using reverse psychology here by retreating against the Frenchman. Okay? Yeah. Okay, he doubled up the rooks. Now he did it again. Now, this is a blunder like that you would expect like a Class B player to make. If a Class A player made it, I'd be like, what are you doing?
I was about to say, and they're discovered on
Yeah.
the rooks.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, you'll never understand at home how good Wang Hao is and was. Okay, if you want to know how good Wang Hao is, there's a game played about 12 years ago. That means like 50, because and look it up. You can look it up now. Josh Friedel is white against Wang Hao. It was at least 12 years ago. It was probably played in the World Cup, probably. And Wang Hao was black in a Kirill Khan. Nobody's ever been beaten worse than Josh Friedel was beaten, ever. And he said that. He's like, I don't know what happened. Like, he got run over, and it was embarrassing. I mean, Wang Hao was like 500 pieces attacking him. It was embarrassing. And that's the Wang Hao that I know. And this is the Wang Hao, this tournament, a few rounds ago, who sacrificed his queen, slightly unsoundly, against Grischuk, and they ended up drawing. But Wang Hao likes to play crazy. He doesn't like to play like this. Terrible. Ridiculous. All right, somebody found the game. See this? 2009. And I said 12 years ago, right? So that was right. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good king. Terrible. Frankly. Delicious. Yeah. Black has 7 pawns for the exchange, and king's no good. Yeah. This game was really sharp. See this opening? And black just played super sharp. Man, f3, never play f3. Yeah. Go, sacking the exchange, always sack the exchange. Yeah, I mean, Wang Hao is just too good. Yeah, this is like plus 80. It looks like it's equal, but it's like plus 1,000. There'll probably be some good comments, like, God damn. Yeah. His scheme of development wasn't good. His scheme. Gotta have a better scheme. Yeah. Yeah, terrible. Okay. Great game by Wang Hao. Okay. And then White's king ran all over the board, and he cried like a grandmaster. So what's the winning move, Karen? And the funny thing is, the engine says 3 moves are 2.5 and better. Yeah, but this is a good plan from Wang Hao. Good job. What?
I don't know. I would probably go knight b5. But I'm not
Correct.
Sure. Yeah.
Resigns.
Break those pawns.
Resigns. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the only move is to take. Okay, then we switch in Zugam, right? Mm-hmm. Then this is the only move. Okay, then we take. Then here. Now, everything wins. The most incisive way to win is to take this and get 4 queens. So if you don't want to do that, you play c3, defending this, and then you just win on the king side. But this is the engine way of winning. Pretending to give him counterplay. And then Karen can't read you the number because it's too high. You tell him the number.
No,
see, I told you.
I can't see. I think it's not plus 9.71.
Right, and he's a pawn up in a rook ending.
Yeah.
But, you know, the truth hurts. Yeah. That's the most incisive way to win. So after knight takes b5, he resigned. I mean, he put up no resistance. Terrible. What would Muse say? Exactly.
That was the only beer we have at the chess.
He retired from chess. He said he'll teach or something. I don't know.
We played on chess.com, Optical Monk. I don't.
1,000 viewers to do.
Who won?
Who are you talking about? I played Karen today. If you don't know who won, probably he did.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
I
Look, 1,001 Dalmatians watching us.
play a lot of games. Oh, you won? Aw.
Muse would say blackout. Boo. Yeah, what's going on here? Why does Wang Hao play 4 bad moves in a row and then resign? Plus 3.5 for white. I mean, now, to be fair, Wang Hao's not a good defender, but all the games that he got crushed, he was like slightly worse, and he had to draw, which any 2750 can do, and he can't do it. Now, when he's attacking like a madman, like against Grischuk, and sacking his queen, that's the game he draws, because that's his style.
So do you think he retired just because the tournament was so bad, or he'd already planned that?
Yeah, tournament was bad, and he claims he has health issues, which some other people backed up. He has digestion issues. And obviously this is embarrassing, losing every game. Mm-hmm. Here's what I mean by embarrassing. And again, you guys don't understand this. He knows how good he is, and he knows how bad he played compared to how good he is. So he's never been so mad. And this is why Kasparov retired. Kasparov, all these guys like Michael Jordan, etc., they're still good, and you think, hey, that guy's pretty good. But they know that they're much worse than they used to be. And they're like, I don't want to play anymore. It's ridiculous. The only exception, and by only I mean there's many, but is Korchnoi. Everybody's like, well, Korchnoi was always good. When Korchnoi was in his 60s and 70s, he was, 2610 FIDE, 2590 FIDE. He was number 300 in the world. He was number like 2, 3, and 4 in the world. But he didn't care. He didn't care. He didn't care. He didn't care. Right? Mm-hmm. And Korchnoi got so bad at chess, cover your ears, that he drew my second wife. Terrible. In a simul, but still. I mean, still. You can't draw her in a simul. Not Korchnoi. That's ridiculous. I've never been so mad. And she played Hare Krishna in a simul, and she did not draw. God damn. She got beat. And in the whole game, she was mad because he kept going, Hare Krishna. No, he didn't do that. Yeah, literally didn't care. Did knight b7 win? I don't know, maybe. Then rook takes rook, obviously, and frankly. Let's see. Now it says this is a draw. Yeah. f5 wins, king e4 wins, and knight takes is the most winning. Now Karen's like, doesn't knight takes b5 win? And I'm pretty sure Wang Hao's better than Karen. And the cornerstone of the Super GM is they see everything the opponent can do. You can't play a simple tactic and they're like, oh, maybe in a 1-minute game, maybe in a 3-minute game, but now when you have hours on your clock, you don't become a Super GM by making one-move blunders. The Wang Hao blundered every game. No wonder he retired. But he unlike Hikaru, he really didn't care. He's like, all right, get this tournament over with. Ridiculous. And that's really like that's the kind of attitude you guys have. That's a really bad attitude. You can't have the attitude like, oh, I don't want to play anymore. That's not the Super GM attitude. Terrible. And so forth. Knight takes c4. Bam. Also equal, because after here you have to take with a knight, and then rook d8, the knight's coming to d5, and the engine says black is better here, because if the king comes to defend, we can do the song about the sweet loving woman, and the song about the knife, and do the walk of life. And after you did the walk of life, what would white be in? You can do it.
Wait, say it again. No, give me another chance. I can do it.
After he does the walk of life, what is he in? Let's see who gets it. A Chinese restaurant. Yeah, Johnny got it. He's in Dire Straits.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. I knew the band. I just didn't know the joke.
Yeah, he's in Dire Straits. Terrible. 989 viewers. 999. Right, 2550 is good, but if you're Kasparov and you're like, my peak was 2860 and now I'm 2550, no, I retire. You can't play 2550 level when you're used to playing 2850 level. You can't put up with it. You lose to random people and you're like, what is this? I lost to that guy? That guy I give queen nuts to and beat. Now he beats me. So he retired early, so that wouldn't happen. Then he's like, I'm going to come back and play rapid against the best players in the world. And then they're all like, ooh, that's the greatest thing that's ever happened. And then he comes in like 8th out of 9. Instead of super first when he was at his peak. Okay, now. I'm going to tell the greatest joke ever in history. Ever. And somebody just told me, and I forgot to tell you guys. Okay, you're going to laugh for the rest of your life. You're going to be on the plane to Philly laughing.
I don't like
No, you are.
jokes.
You are.
Hey,
No,
now
no.
listen, I may go to karaoke to sing one song.
Hold on.
So how many more chess games are there?
One. But I got to tell you this joke.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I don't think you're ready for this
I'm
joke.
ready.
All right. I want donations because the joke is so good. I'm serious. Why doesn't Maurice Ashley have sex anymore?
Okay, why doesn't
Because Stockfish doesn't understand the positions.
What? Oh, that is kind of cute.
Yay, 9 centidues.
That is pretty good. Hey, last.
Yeah, Trying to Learn told me that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Trying to Learn has some good jokes sometimes.
400 centidues. 1 centidue. Truth hurts. Yeah. Aaron Asbury subscribed. Good. Didn't get it. Terrible.
Our pants are not matching.
No. 41 centidues. 10 out of 10 joke.
I have jeans on.
Thanks, Trying to Learn. Great joke. That's my joke. Yeah, you told me. Yeah. 100 centidues.
Have you ever worn jeans since I've known you? No.
Have ever worn jeans is a better question. No, I'm serious. The last time I wore jeans, I was probably under 15 years old. That would be my guess. Smash the key, subscribe. Good. Yeah, how long retired? Yeah, until he unretires. Drainer 365, 100 centidues. Yeah, if Michael Jordan played in the NBA now, the D League maybe, but probably not. Yeah. Here is my 6 bits. Isn't it here are my 6 bits? Terrible. Koopa Killa subscribed. Hooray.
Maybe I won't go. I don't think I can sing, actually. I'm not going to go.
No.
I'm still coughing too much. Excuse me.
Play me in a game. What? So Spencer's Ben's first wife's son? Yes. I had to think about it, but yeah. Spencer's older than you, and he's my son. Showed you. He's almost older than me. On June 9, Spencer turns 30. Then we can't trust him anymore. Terrible. Do I like Bowie? I do, but Karen likes him more. And I would be surprised if there were a lot of people on Earth who liked Bowie more than Karen does. I would be surprised.
I don't know about that, but
You like Bowie a lot.
I like him a lot. I camped out for tickets to his concert and got 3rd row.
Yeah.
Yeah, I camped out all night.
I also saw David Bowie when he toured with 9 Inch Nails a long time ago, 20 years ago. Mm-hmm. But he didn't play any of his famous songs. He just played new stuff that I never heard. And I went, boo. Here's a funny story, which is true. Mm-hmm. At Somerset Mall, which you've been at, Somerset Collection, about 30, I mean, you can find it on the internet. I'm going to say 30 years ago. You guys are like, it was 50 years ago. About 30 years ago, a guy in Somerset looked like David Bowie, just started stealing shit. He was taking coats and stuff, and he left. But he looked like David Bowie, so they're like, all right, he can take coats. Yeah, he can just take stuff. Yeah, you can look at that on the web. I don't know. It was about 30 years ago, I think. But you don't forget stories like that. What's my official ranking? Bad. China Girl, that's probably like your 15th favorite Bowie song, right? I mean, that's not one of your top 10 Bowie songs.
It's not one of my top 10. No. I like it.
All right, what's the best Bowie song? What's your favorite?
It's going to be one of 2 that people probably don't know. I like the Bewley Brothers. And I really like Wild Eye Boy from Free Cloud.
Man, 2 songs I don't know.
And then the one that I sing at karaoke all the time, because they don't have those two, is Space Oddity. I do like that one a lot. Yeah, that Space Oddity is one of my favorites. But I like the other two. I really love the Bewley Brothers.
Ashes to Ashes, Karen likes. That's top 10 for her.
I like Ashes to Ashes. Yeah, I like Ashes.
Yeah, All the Young Dude is Matt the Hoople. Yeah. Unless he sang it too. Now, if you want to see really good David Bowie, because he's acted in a lot of things, and in Extras, he's great in Extras. The Ricky Gervais show. There's an episode where Ricky Gervais meets David Bowie. Ricky Gervais is an actor, so he's nobody. He's not Ricky Gervais. He's an extra, and David Bowie's David Bowie. So, yeah, David Bowie, man, that was good acting in that episode. He was great. Everything he did was great. Everything. Didn't matter what he did, it was great. Yeah. That might be the best episode of Extras.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bowie wrote All the Young Dudes. Good. Yeah.
Yeah, I only know the Bowie.
2,000 viewers. We had 1,000. Now we have 2,000.
Wow.
Yeah. Can I like Bowie and maintain my masculinity? Yes.
Definitely. You haven't seen his hot wife? Now, come on.
Yeah.
He got some ladies.
The Man Who Fell to Earth is weird. That is correct. Yeah. Iggy Pop song. All right, we need 79 viewers. Man. Okay, last game but not least. This game I already did a video on the chess.com YouTube page. It was probably my best video because it was short. So, yeah. You guys can watch it at double speed and be done just like that, son. Okay, have a good night, Blue Monday. Have a good Bishop. It's time for the second train. Let's go, people. We need 79 subs in the second train. Karen wants to say something. I could tell she was.
I was just trying to read the
She was like, rawr.
No, you just leaned up. No, it's just
Yeah. Ben's wife is hotter. You're hotter than David Bowie's wife. Also, I'm alive and he's not, so we're both doing pretty well.
That's sweet. That's not true though, Jim Frank Floyd.
No, I think he is right. Here's why. No, serious. Supermodels are not necessarily attractive. Okay, when I say not necessarily, usually they're not. They're very tall. They're very skinny, and most guys who are looking for sexually appealing women, that's not the top two. But in modeling, that's the top two, right? So if Karen was 7 inches taller and lost like 40 pounds, that would be terrible. But that should be a supermodel because she'd be 6 feet tall and weigh like 110. Horrible.
No.
So you're right. Karen is better than whatever.
No, Iman.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Absurd.
It's not absurd.
Iman is incredible looking. But thank you.
My wife doesn't understand I don't like models, but I completely agree. I think the typical supermodel has an ugly face. I don't think they care about the face at all. They just put tons and tons of makeup on it, and they're like, "Are you thin and tall? Great." That's what I think.
That's true some of the time.
100% correct.
You know, I'm a little up on my weight right now.
Yeah, supermodels are too skinny.
I know. Yeah. But, you know, I did gain a little bit of pandemic weight.
Yeah, facts. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, supermodels are too thin. Yeah. 15% are in the NBA. Yeah. They like when they're tall.
They've changed though. They have a lot of different size models now.
I mean, you take a typical supermodel and compare them to actresses that are not 8 feet tall and thin. Yeah. Such as Salma Hayek, and who's the one on Modern Family?
Sophia.
Yeah. I mean, men want to see that. They don't want to see 7 feet tall and 100 pounds. They want to see those two women plus other women, but not that. They don't want to. You know, that's ridiculous. Terrible. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody agrees with me.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, I mean, obviously she was a model, but yeah.
Who's the woman? I never saw the show for 1 second. I'm serious. Who's the woman on Mad Men? She's like red hair. Is it Christina Hendricks? Or I made that up.
That seems right.
Yeah, that's what men want. They don't want, Iman. Yeah. Probably Iman looks like a guy. Like she's really tall and thin. So David Bowie's like, all right, that sounds good. Yeah. Okay, here's another question. The answer might still be Christina Hendricks, but I don't think it is. There's a very attractive woman in the movie that I really like, but not because of her. Terrible. Lawless. I really like Lawless, and nobody likes it. Everybody hates Lawless, except I'm the only one who
Did
likes
I see
it.
That?
I don't think so, but it has what's his name in it? Gary Oldman's in it,
Oh.
and it has my guy in it. The guy who's I really like. I'll never know his name. Who's the guy that I really like? Who's in Lawless?
Chireo?
No,
Danny.
Lucy Lawless.
Danny.
No, Tom Hardy.
Oh, Tom Hardy.
I'm a big Tom Hardy fan. I'm a big. The other guy was good too. The guy that was his brother. The other brother was Shia LaBeouf, by the way. Ridiculous. And then.
I'm not a Shia fan.
Right, he was supposed to be like really wimpy, and they were tough. So perfect, great casting. And then the guy that I just said, Gary Oldman's in it. Yeah, but who's the woman? Anybody?
Jessica Chastain.
Jessica Chastain.
Oh, I know who that is.
She reminds me of the other one we were talking about. Who's the other one? Christina Hendricks. Okay, Paul, who's better? Christina Hendricks or who's the other one?
You mean better looking or better acting?
Just better.
Better?
Yeah, doesn't matter.
I gotta go with. Oh, I shouldn't influence the poll, so I won't say.
Ooh, that's a good question for Karen. Best
Best
looking
looking
girlfriend from
girlfriend.
Seinfeld. That's Karen's kind of question.
I'd have to have the names because I know there's
This
Terry
guy said.
Hatcher.
This guy said Jessica, Christina Hendricks, easy.
Huh. I'd go with Jessica. All right, now let me see. I don't remember the girlfriends. There's Terry Hatcher.
Hendricks is Salma Hayek level hot, A plus.
George's girlfriend. I don't know.
They're real and they're spectacular.
Yeah. Who else? Let's see. Oh yeah, I loved Janine Garofalo. She was great. Who else?
Wait,
got?
Janine Garofalo's the best looking?
Not the best looking.
Yeah, come on.
But she's great.
He's just kidding, I
She's
assume.
great. No, she's not bad.
They're kidding.
No, come on.
All right, we have to vote here.
Well,
Who's
who-
better?
I like Jessica Chastain.
I agree with that. If you didn't see this movie, Jessica Chastain's really hot. Tom Hardy's the best ever. Who's the guy I like? The other guy, the old guy. Gary Oldman, the old guy. Yes. And then who's the brother? Who's Tom Hardy's brother? He's also very good.
Yeah, Hendricks. Yeah, her breasts
The,
are
the,
humongous.
the
I
strong
agree.
brother, not
They're-
LaBeouf.
A bit too big. Yeah, Monica Bellucci is so
Thank,
beautiful.
thanks, C.L. Smith.
I love Monica Bellucci.
Yay, thanks, C.L. Smith, for the raid.
Who's hotter, Gotham Chess or Hikaru?
Tough question. Yeah. No, but who's the brother?
Man,
Somebody tell me who the brother is.
That's
Nobody
tough.
did. Boo!
I can't even pick.
I have to look it up.
I can't pick between them.
Come on, who's his brother? Jason Clarke. Now, in Lawless, what happens is Jason Clarke and the guy whose name I can't remember, which they've said 50 times, the other guy.
Yeah.
Who's the other guy? I already forgot. Stop making fun of me. It's not chess. Come on. Not Oldman, his brother. No, not Oldman. He was up for an Academy. No, not Eric Hansen. He was up for an Academy Award when what's his name won the Academy Award. Who's the guy who won his first Academy? Leonardo DiCaprio. DiCaprio won an Academy Award. Tom Hardy, and he said, if Tom Hardy wasn't in this movie, I wouldn't have won an Academy Award. Yeah, Tom Hardy, he was a bad Okay. Anyway, Tom Hardy and Jason Clarke get mad. And I don't think you could watch the scene where they're mad. I don't think you could actually, you just be like, I can't watch this, and you'd leave.
Yeah?
Yeah, because they didn't get mad. They got even.
Oh.
You don't want to know what happened. Yeah.
Probably not.
You guys remember that? Yeah, those guys are great. Gary Oldman's great. Whoever that woman is great. I don't know what her name is. That was a great movie.
I saw Revenant.
The Revenant, yeah. And Tom Hardy's in that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I want to see Lawless with you because I'm the only person who likes that movie.
Yeah, I'll see it.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's great.
yeah, okay. I'll see
It's
it.
great.
But if I don't like it, I reserve the right to bail.
400 centidues. Yeah.
forced to watch the whole thing.
Right. Dawson played a candidates match with Kramnik. Yeah. Lawless was great. That is correct. Yeah, Tom Hardy was Bane. Yeah. No, Tom Hardy and Jason Clarke. I mean, man, there's a scene in that movie where I can't watch it because they got mad. And then, man, I can't. Your whole remember Santa Sangre? This is worse what they did.
Oh, really?
Man, they were, and this is like a normal movie.
Santa Sangre is
but
always the binge
they were
one.
really mad. They were really mad.
Yeah.
And then you don't want to know what they did. If you did that when you were really mad, everybody would do whatever you said forever. God damn.
Wow.
Yeah. Scared. Paul Newman's a much better actor than Robert Redford. Much better.
Oh,
I've
yeah,
never been so mad.
I totally agree with that.
Much better.
Robert Redford's very
Much,
limited.
yeah. Robert Redford's like a C plus,
No, and I don't
but
even think
some
it's-
women think he's like,
I don't even
pretty
think
good
he's-
looking.
I don't even think he's
Some women think
Paul
that.
Newman is 100.
Paul Newman's better looking, and a
better
much better
acting.
actor.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get it.
Cool Hand Luke, The Hustler,
Yeah.
and then what's the movie Perdition? Did I make that up? Probably. And Paul Newman's great. Better race car driver. His food is better. Yeah. WV223. That rhymes. Gifted 5 subs. Hooray. The Sting. Yeah. Yeah. Road to Perdition. Whatever. I don't know what I said, but yeah. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, Daniel Day-Lewis does only do great movies. He filmed a movie in the building that my dad used to live in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that
That's
apartment. That was not the
Yeah.
movie with the car chase, but a different movie.
Yeah, Paul Newman's great. He's the greatest.
I love Paul Newman.
Yeah. My favorite actor that nobody likes, like he's top 5 for me, is Gene Hackman. Everybody's like, yeah, Gene Hackman's okay. Incorrect.
Yeah, my
Top
left
5. Gene
My left
Hackman.
foot's good. Yeah, Paul Newman was married to the same.
Yeah, Joanne Woodward.
Yeah, for many years.
Yeah. I think until he died.
It's very unusual in Hollywood.
After he
I
died,
think
they weren't
she
married.
got Alzheimer's, didn't
Yeah.
she, or something? I think she got Alzheimer's.
Man, by the way,
Or maybe I'm wrong.
Gene Hackman's always a serious actor, except he's really, 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 really good in 2 comedic roles. Really good. Okay, one is the Superman movie where he's Lex Luthor. He's fantastic. Okay, and then Christopher Reeves is like, can you stop? I don't know how to act. And he's like, too bad. Yeah, Christopher Reeves C+ at best at acting. Also really good, and you didn't know he was in this, in Young Frankenstein. He plays the blind guy. Fabulous. I was going to make espresso. Yeah, that's right, Shanghai Chuck. And obviously, amazing in French Connection, but that goes without saying. I was going to make espresso. That was great when he said that. I was going to make espresso.
All right, I'm going to try to stay for the last
I mean, that was great.
Are you going to do it soon?
Young Frankenstein scared the hell out of me. That's right.
Or is it
Yeah, Unforgiven. Yeah.
going to be a while?
Yeah, Christopher Reeves is like the world's most boring actor. Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, now, Nepomniachtchi wants to play the Grunfeld, which is D5 next move. So he played F3, never play F3, because Ding wants to get this big center, but not allow knight takes C3. Which, that's possible. And super GMs look for weird ways to play against this, because this move is so weird. If you play like a normal person, D6, Bishop G7, castles, you just get a same-ish King's Indian, except white has a few more options, which you'll see in the game. So he played a Benoni, and Bishop D3 is a novelty. Now, it makes sense not to go here, because when these pawns are traded, you want to put your knight on C4. This knight has a much easier time to getting to C4 than this one. This one can never get to C4. This one, frankly, is simple. So knight here is unusual, and you only play it after knight BD7, so the bishop can't take. Then you go to F2. But you can also play knight here, then this knight can go to C4 later, which I do in an F3 Benko. But he doesn't want to block his bishop, so he played bishop D3, novelty. Okay. And Nepomniachtchi decided, you didn't develop these pieces, and your king is here, so I'm going to crush you. And he does. He plays A6, A4, knight H5, bishop D4, Knight e5, queen h4. God damn. Okay, and it's about equal, right? So white has the monster center, so black has to succeed with his attack, otherwise white's better. And the engine analyzes a million moves and says it's equal, because it's the engine. Okay, so he played knight takes d4, and Jan has three choices here, and he chose a bad one. After the next move, it's possible he's losing. The engine says c takes d4 is equal. Now this position is difficult for the engine too. For example, if you play the move that all of you would play, knight g3 check, yay, it's a train. Always play bishop f1. Now this position is hard to evaluate. White has an exchange down. White has an extra pawn for the exchange. White has the two bishops. White has the dark squares. And white has the big center. Thanks, Charlotte Chess Center, for 5 subs. Go, Peter. 300 centidues. Oh, yeah, the Poseidon Adventure. Gene Hackman was great. Remember he played the priest? Mm-hmm. Or whatever, the reverend, whatever. He was great. I forgot how great he was in that.
Hey,
yeah, he was great and Unforgiven, except he got his ass kicked.
How's it going?
God damn. Lunkus subscribe. Thanks, Lunkus. You're the best. Gene Hackman, underrated actor. Now, as you all know, they don't know. Gene Hackman, before they were famous, he was roommates with Dustin Hoffman and a third guy. There's a third super famous actor. They were roommates. Then they all became the most famous people who ever lived.
Who's the third?
I don't know who the third guy is. Somebody told me the third guy was.
De Niro,
I don't think it's De Niro. You know what I think it is? I think it's from To Kill a Mockingbird. I think it's Robert Duvall, but it could be I'm making that up. So let me see what they say. It's Charlotte Chess Center.
Hey, Charlotte Chess Center.
No, Cusack, you're banned. And your children's children. Yeah, Duvall's great. Keanu Reeves, Al Gore. What's the worst answer? Keanu Reeves or Al Gore? Damn, harsh. Charles, a good answer.
Yeah, I didn't like Duvall as Boo Radley.
Yay, go Robert Duvall. Introducing Robert Duvall. It was Duvall. Damn, I was right.
Oh.
Robert Duvall is so good in The Godfather. And in the third Godfather, he wanted to get paid. And they said no. He said, I want the same money as Al Pacino. And they said no. So he wasn't in the third Godfather. Yeah, Robert Duvall is great. He's the greatest. 200 centidues. Thanks, Fen Beingold. The more you donate, the more I tell you my favorite actors and actresses. Yeah. Christopher Walken's great. Yeah, Robert Duvall's... Can you imagine that? Roommates, Dustin Hoffman, Robert Duvall, and Gene Hackman, and they're not famous yet? Ridiculous. Okay, true story, then I'll get back to the game. True story. Nobody's going to believe it. Unless you're older than me, then you might. 1972... there was coverage on PBS of the Fischer-Spassky match. For $1 trillion, Karen, who did the coverage? You've never heard of him, so it's hard.
Oh, well then, okay.
Let's see if somebody in the chat knows. Hackman was Lex Luthor. Although, Hackman was also in the Waka Flocka Flame song, Lex Luthor. Okay, so that's correct. Shelby Lyman. There was a party in 1972, a New York party, and Shelby Lyman was there, and Dustin Hoffman was there, and they were introduced. When they were introduced, Shelby Lyman never heard of Dustin Hoffman, and Dustin Hoffman had heard of Shelby Lyman. Frankly, ridiculous, but true. Yeah. Bob Costas. Boo. Okay, now, to me, this looks like I'd rather have white because I like sacking the exchange. I like the two bishops, but the engine really likes white. Sort of like, Ron Howard really liked Potsy. It's like, Mom and Dad, I like Potsy. Yeah, Potsy's good. No, Dad, I really like Potsy. Yeah, you have a homosexual attraction to Potsy. I think it's from Simpsons, but could be Family Guy. Okay, so both players correctly evaluated this as much better for white. Because he's got all the dark squares, f4 is the threat, truth hurts. Okay, so that didn't happen. And instead of playing c takes d4, which the engine says leads to equality, because then black can start attacking more kind of normal Benoni ways. He played knight takes d3, which also wins the exchange, except it doesn't. Let's not die on level 4. Come on, we need 2 or 3 subs. Boo, boo.
Hey, man, moth.
Yeah. Who is Shelby Lyman? Exactly. Yeah. Come on, people. Join in. Join the hype train. Come on, Peter already helped. Nobody? Bueller? Okay. So he played knight takes bishop, which is frankly terrible. And obviously, it's anti the position. Karen, what's better, this knight or this bishop?
Well, the knight seems better.
Correct.
The bishop's
Phenakismosis gifted a sub, Thaddeus gifted a sub, and the train died. Boo, boo. Such strong support. McGrubler, 13 subs, 1,000 bits, Papa John's. Okay, yeah, so taking that doesn't make strategical sense, but he thought it was good tactically, because he thought he could now play knight g3, then take, and you can't always play bishop f1. And if you play queen f1, and I take the knight, you don't have the compensation. You don't have the 2 bishops, you haven't won this pawn yet, and maybe you won't. The problem is, white has a brilliant move here that very few people would consider. Except Ding played awesome this game. And after the game, this is true. I know it sounds silly. After the game, since Ding won 3 games in a row, which he did, he said, ding, ding, ding. That happened. And then they asked Nepomniachtchi in the press conference, what did you think of that game? And he said, dang. That all happened. Yep, Vagan was top 10 in the world, and now he's no good. That is correct. Yep. Stealing my jokes, that's my joke. Okay, so he played knight c2, taking a page out of MVL's book, Always Retreat. Now you can't take the knight, you agree. And how do you save your knight? How? Okay, I'm not asking you, I was talking to Wang how. Okay, so knight h2 is forced, if you want to save your knight. But now it's trapped. Okay, and if it was trapped behind enemy lines, then it would be Von trapped. Did you like that joke? Or did you think it was not so good? Okay, so he played queen e3 exclam, defending all these key dark squares, and he wants to move his queen here to trade queens and win the knight. Now, if you're a cheating engine, if you are, that means using an engine to cheat. One of the engine moves I found on my supercomputers, are you ready? G5, confusing the audience. Stopping queen f4. It also stops queen g5 because the g6 pawn isn't here. Now you can trade queens, play knight f3 check, and rook g8, and black's winning. Unbelievable, frankly. So g5 is one of the engine's moves. Still likes white after e5 or knight d2. Because, the knight's still trapped. Okay, I don't think Jan looked at g5 because that's insane. Okay, he castled. Queen g5. And he wants to do a desperado because he likes which group?
The Eagles.
The Eagles. Okay. And he sacrifices his knight for the pawn instead of losing it for nothing. Now, in your opinion, who wants to trade queens here, white or black? And also, there's no answer. But what's your opinion?
Let's see. Well, I guess black wants to.
No, white wants to, because white did that. That's how you know. White's like trade queens. Now, it's very close who wants to trade queens.
Oh, yeah.
But the reason the white wants to trade queens is this is no good. So with queens on the board, that's not good. This king has lost some of its shelter, right? So what would the Rolling Stones ask for?
There's give me shelter.
Give me shelter, yeah. Right. So he played queen h3, putting in an h. He's trying to attack the king. He could play f5 or try to get his bishop in there or take this pawn. Now, this is amazing to me. To me, it's amazing. White played the best move here by a lot, and it just gives this pawn away for nothing. So I don't know if I'd consider this move, but this is no good. That's no good. So Ding played bishop f4 and knight d2. Now it's pretty good. Okay, now the queen's almost trapped. If you move your queen to the queen side and try to save your queen, you got to watch out for queen f6, bishop h6. Also, your d pawn's hanging. Your queen can get harassed. Strangely, black played the best move. That's not the strange part. Strange part is never play it. So what did black play, sweetie? Never play it.
F6.
Yep, that's the engine move.
Yeah.
Okay, now if you play knight takes, pawn takes, we got a little skewer action. So he played queen g6, the only move Karen thought of. Desperado, that's a desperado. Okay, now, as I said in the video that I made for chess.com a couple days ago, also yesterday, the video seems so far away. I woke up here, got out of bed, dragged the comb across my head. Yeah. Anyway, I woke up here and I was like, I like white, but maybe it's complicated and black's okay. No, the engine says black resigns. Okay, the reason is this is the weakest pawn ever. If this pawn falls, and all the dominoes fall like a house of cards. Checkmate. Futurama. And you might be like, well, so what? I'll defend it. But then the knight comes to c4. This knight comes to c4. You know, you can't do it. When you lose this pawn, you lose this pawn. This is a passed pawn. The bishop has no active square that makes any sense. So white's just completely winning. Okay, Nepomniachtchi tried, but he failed miserably. The lesson is never try. Attack the knight, forcing the knight to the good c4 square. And Jan said, nope, you can't go to the c4 square. And then he keeps gaining a tempo. Knight e1, excellent move. And the bishop is trapped. Now, the only way not to lose your bishop is to play an explosive move.
C4.
Right. Now, watch this computer line, which isn't good, but you'll see how computers think. F5. Now, if you take, which is the best move, takes. Man, that's a lot of hanging chads, right? Okay, and if you take this, C4 now, and so forth. Now, this is all winning for white, but that's a cool line. You just play king e3 and take this. Okay, but it's cool that you can play for tricks. Jan played c4, and now it's obvious to anyone with an advanced degree in hyperbolic topology that white's winning. This pawn's going to fall. This pawn's going to queen. This rook hasn't moved yet. You know, it's the wrap it up button. Wrap that gavel up. Okay, so the game ended. I'm going to show you the very end because it was really cool. Okay, threatening d7, so he blocked it. Knight c4, threatening this. Always sack the exchange. Okay, so this wins. There's no doubt about it. But this wins more. Professional athletes always want and more. Okay, if you take the knight, you're in check. So if you take the knight, then rook d8. As in the famous game, gotcha, bitch. Right? Okay. And Ding is always saying that joke. I told him to stop. Ding's always like, gotcha, bitch, because he keeps winning. Jesus Christ. Come on, Ding. Okay.
Hey, born and eyes.
Now, you could also move the king and not take the knight and take the pawn on c7. So king d8 or king c6. Okay, then take on c7. This is why he played knight b6 check instead of taking the rook right away. Now he has check and takes the pawn, defending his pawn. And then if the rook attacks the knight, rook f3 wins. If rook f8, e5, and rook f3 wins. And we're up a piece for no pawns. So that was a nice little wrinkle, knight b6 check, because it wins this pawn and defends this one. So that's pretty nice. So after knight b6 check, black resigned. Frankly, terrible. I thought all the games would be quick draws, or at least 3 of them. And instead, none of them were quick draws, and 3 of them were decisive, and Alekseenko beat Giri with black. So, man, it shows you what I know. Nothing. Yeah. Etc. All right, thanks for watching. Karen might go to karaoke. You can bet on it.
I'm not gonna go.
Yeah, but she still might go, even when she's not going.
No, because I can't really sing. I'm tired.
And we'll be in North Carolina tomorrow. Peter knows why. Peter doesn't know why, but he can figure it out. Yeah. And then I'll be folding like Superman on laundry day. Right? Yeah.
I have the most laundry to fold. I just can't ever get it folded.
That's true. I have to put the laundry in the dryer. So take that laundry out of the dryer and fold it, and then I'll move it to the dryer.
Do I have something in the dryer?
Yeah, there's the blanket.
Oh yeah.
Is there other stuff or just the blanket?
That doesn't even really have to be folded. It's the dog.
I can take the blanket out, but if it's like 7
It
things,
used to be my blanket. Now it's the dog
is
blanket.
is it just the blanket in there?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so
Because
too.
it was stinky. I didn't want hair.
You have to wash the blanket for the dogs.
Yeah, it's
Man.
it was stinking.
Now, if you were Brad Pitt in the movie Snatch, what would you say about the dogs?
Well, I didn't see Snatch.
You would say, I like dags.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, have a good night.
Bye.
Have a good bishop. Frank, see dags.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who
And so forth. All right, who are we going to raid? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not 2, because that's who Iram watches. I'm thinking 6. Yeah, I'm thinking you want to read 6.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
Here, look. See 6s?
6 is good. I was gonna say 4, but 6.
Karen,
is good.
Karen watched Seinfeld, and she said 6 is good, and then she wanted to sweep together later.
Hey, there's also this one that I like that you
Let
don't
me see.
follow.
Who's that?
I like him a lot.
You better than 6?
Just for different. He's a Lee chess guy though.
Yeah, I'll do 6.
I like him a lot. You
Yeah,
should
but
try
he's Lee Chess.
a new guy. Okay.
Lee Chess instead of our favorite guy on chess.com?
Just to get a new guy.
Okay.
But it's just a new.
That's okay. Let me see. I don't know how to. I can't spell or say.
But you don't
the
have to. No pressure.
name. No pressure.
There's no pressure.
All right. I don't even know who that is. Man, frankly, delicious.
Yeah, I like this guy.
Yeah, video game pianist is in streaming. Yeah. All right. See you guys on
guys.
Friday. Well, I'm not streaming tomorrow. Don't forget, I'm not streaming tomorrow. And also,